What's going on, traders? Welcome to another video. This one is for April 2020's monthly trading review. First off, subscribe if you are new here. It really helps me out to continue to bring you honest trading picture of my trader's journey, and it also helps others in the future's trading community to find this information. I'm thinking of starting a live trading stream once a week, kind of like a trade with me type of live trading stream. Let me know in the comments if this is something you'd be interested in or it would be helpful. Okay, April trading crude. Very historical events happened in April for crude oil. If you haven't heard or didn't see in the news, crude oil tanked some more and it tanked some more again, and pretty much we got negative crude oil prices on the May contract. Pretty much on expiry or the week of expiry, yeah, a lot of people got trapped holding negative crude oil prices on that contract. They were still trading, and yeah, they couldn't get out. There was no liquidity for people to get out, and I think people blew up their accounts, and yeah, it's not pretty. Yeah, so crude oil industry has basically suffered still. In April, oil producers had no place to store their oil supply, their crude oil supply that were pumping out from the ground. Although there were a lot of oil rigs being shut off, yeah, the oil supply was still high. I mean, globally, with Saudi Arabia, Russia, Brazil, Canada, U.S., all these oil producers, a lot of them didn't want to shut off the rigs, but at the same time, they didn't want to do it because they didn't know if they could, restart the rigs once all this COVID-19 crisis, global crisis was over, and oil demands creeps up again. But yeah, like oil producers didn't want to shut them off because they didn't know if they could, like geologically or whatever it is. I don't know how it works, but they were saying how they may not be able to turn them back on again, so they didn't want to take the risk and just wanted to continue to pump and pump the oil out of the ground. So yeah, the oil supply was still high. I think all of the EIA reports on Wednesdays every week they were all builds in oil supply. So yeah, crude oil really didn't have much of a reason to go higher during this whole pandemic. Yeah, so I think the crude oil industry has really suffered, and but for us as traders, it's still okay. Like, I mean, in terms of being able to make money and trade the price action and what's happening in the markets, we're able to capture the moves. So for me, trading in April was not the best, as you can see on the screen here. I'm down after net commissions, $461 or so. This is trading with a small one contract account. I got 2 errors, which cost me about $200 on 2 trades. 59% win rate, 84 trades. You can see Monday and Wednesdays were my crap days. Tuesday, Thursdays were okay. Friday was pretty much even. Negative 0.54 expectancy, which is pretty much commissions. And a profit factor of less than 1 at 0.98. You can see my daily P&L, gross P&L. You can see my net equity curve. You can see all the trades here, the gross P&L for all the trades. So yeah, trading a small account, one contract in crude, it's tough. It's really tough. I mean, if you don't count commissions, I'm pretty much a break-even trader at this point, and it's inspiring at the same time, but also it's hard emotionally because you're just grinding away, burning commissions, and you're not coming out at the end of the month positive, net positive, and yeah, you just burning commissions and fees and platform fees and whatnot. But it's inspiring in the sense that, like, it could be worse. Like, I think given the way that I trade, it's okay. Like, I think I just have to keep working through it. Working through obviously eliminating errors and all the little demons that I call trading demons that I call it. Working through those and trying to eliminate all that. But yeah, I wanted to talk about trading a small account as well in crude, or in a lot of other futures markets actually. It really requires you to be have an accurate entry, because you have a set stop. For me, it's about 10 to 12 ticks, and that's a percentage based off your trading account. You don't want to be risking too high of a portion of your trading account, trading capital every time you're placing a bet. So it's kind of like a poker mindset. You really want to be able to pick grade A setups, proper valid setups, be accurate on your entries, and let things work. For me, one of the issues I found was that I let the emotions get the best of me during, like, once I put on a trade. I often take it off early. You can see here my per trade P&L. Like, when I lose, like, it's generally around 10 ticks, but a lot of times I'm just taking it off at 5 or 6 ticks. I mean, there are a couple of trades where I let it run, but you want an asymmetric risk to reward metric, so that although I have a 59% win rate, like, that's not high enough, and unless you have a really high risk to reward ratio, like, or profit factor, aka of like 1.52, like, you're not gonna come out green. And that's pretty much a great example here on my month of April, is that I don't have a pretty much a 1-to-1 profit factor. However, like, after commissions and everything, like, you're still negative, right? I mean, even if I didn't have these two errors here that cost me $200, I'd still be negative for the month in net cost. So yeah, like, trading that small account in one contract, it's hard. You have to be accurate. You have to let your risk to reward be high or higher than, at least I would say, probably 1.5 and above, to really see any results. And you really need to, like, rely on your stats, rely on your analysis, and rely on the fact that if you're doing all this work to plan to trade, and you take the trade, that you want to let it work out for you and have a asymmetric risk reward. Yeah, and the other thing for me is, like, it's emotionally, like, I feel like I was trading for the results and the P&L. Like, that's what my focus was, rather than I should have been focusing on trading the process. So when you let yourself, when you're trading for the results, and you're trading, because of the P&L, not because of the process, like, for me at least, it let the emotions get to me. And a lot of times I would flat out on a trade because I saw something in order flow, or I didn't want to be red on the day, or I just want to come on a day green, or I didn't want to have another losing day. And it's yeah, and it makes you react, and it makes you get out of a trade where you could have earned more, or you could have earned less, right? Lost less, I mean. So yeah, I think trading a small account is tough. You really need to be accurate and be on the ball and be focused. What can I do about it? Yeah, next month I'll continue to focus on limiting errors. I really want to get, like, 0 errors in May. Today is May the 8th. So far, so good. However, yeah, that's one of the main goals, is really 0 errors. Stay focused and trade the results. Trade the process. Really focus on trading the process, and creating those positive 1.5 and above risk to reward ratios, so that my profit factor can increase, and continue grinding away. Yeah, I really want people to leave comments and let me know if these monthly P&L reviews or trade reviews are helping anyone. What part of your trading journey are you in? And if you what you trade crude oil, trade ES, NQ, futures, and just let me know. I hope you're gonna have a good trading month in May, and I'll catch you in the next one.